Caleb, come a little closer. I need to tell you something. God does not need your help. So let me just say that for the people in the back. God does not need your help. See, many of us, including me, think that we need to put our hands and help God because things are taking a little too long, or maybe God forgot to do something. No, wait, he doesn't need your help. See, in the Word, we see an example of what waiting and getting ahead of God does. Sarai, Abraham's wife, went ahead of what God's timing was for them to receive their son. In Genesis 15, the Lord promises and makes a covenant with Abraham. So he states in verse 3, and Abraham said, "You have given me no children, so a servant in my household will be my heir." Then the word of the Lord came to him, "This man will not be your heir, but a son coming from your own body will be your heir." And he took him outside and said, "Look up at the heavens and count the stars, if indeed you can count them." Then he said to him, "So shall your offspring be." And so the promise was given to Abraham that he would bear a son that would give him multiple sons and daughters after that, nations. And Sarai at that time couldn't wait. She saw that she was getting to a point where she herself could not bear children. And so in chapter 16, we see that Sarai gets ahead of Jesus. And we don't want to get ahead of Jesus or God because we are putting our hands where it doesn't belong, number one. And number two, we will cause things in our lives to occur that didn't have to occur, in situations where we're now going to have to deal with, which we never had to, because if we would have just waited for God's timing. And so in chapter 16, you see Sarai go ahead of God. And it says, "Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian maidservant named Hagar. So she said to Abram, 'The Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my maidservant. Perhaps I can build a family through her.' Abram agreed to what Sarai said. So after Abram had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarai, his wife, took her Egyptian maidservant Hagar and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar and she conceived." And if you keep reading on, it became a headache for Sarai. Sarai, just started to despise her, and so God had to intervene, right? But if she would have just waited on God. Listen, yesterday, this word came to me as I was in the kitchen at my friend's house, and it was the Lord saying, "I don't need your help." God does not need your hand in it. He just needs for you to wait. He needs for you to trust him and do not get ahead of him. So whoever this word is for, it is for you. If you're seeing it, it most likely is